Chris Bumstead gives a tour of his private gym. Classic Physique Olympia champion Chris Bumstead passionately sheds light on every equipment in Bum Lifting Club. Chris Bumstead recently gave bodybuilding enthusiasts a full tour of his private gym. The Canadian bodybuilder is the reigning Classic Physique Olympia champion and has won the coveted trophy 5 consecutive times from 2019 to 2023. The unparalleled work ethic and focus have helped see Bum reach to the absolute top, and the private gym, over the last 1+ year, has helped him train with increased efficiency. Bumstead is one of the biggest bodybuilding stars in the world today. As a result, it is difficult for him to train at public or commercial gyms without being identified. While he enjoys interacting with fans, it does act as a distraction during workouts and shifts the focus away from important things. This led to him building a private gym, the Bum Lifting Club, as he calls it. The 29-year-old admittedly spent a fortune in putting it together, but benefited a lot from training privately in terms of focus and quality of his workouts. Bumstead said about his private gym, "This is probably one of the best investments I have ever made. It's not always about putting your money in stocks and bonds to make more money. It's about putting money into crazy things that make you better." In a recent video posted on his YouTube channel, Bumstead walked the fans through his gym and shed light on how different equipment helped shape his incredible physique. Chris Bumstead acquaints bodybuilding enthusiasts with his private gym. Lower body isolation machines. Bumstead has purposely kept the leg exercise machines closer to the gym entrance to ensure the place is ventilated. The gym houses 2 different leg extension machines to fire up the quads, and Bumstead explained, "One of them is the old-school Icarian quad extension. It's a lot lighter but feels better, more contraction on my quads. That's something I use at the end of the workout for supersets, drop sets, and stuff like that." He added, "When I have to go really heavy, this prime plate loaded machine is the absolute best, because you can stack 500 pounds on that." Similarly, Bum uses the seated and lying leg curls machine to train the hamstrings. Being a fan of prime plate loaded machines, the Canadian bodybuilder uses one for lying leg curls. He shed light on its features. "You can change the tension curve whether you need it at the bottom or the top. It has been one of my favorite ones." For seated leg curls, Bumstead uses a Precor curls machine. Although it does not offer any changes in tension curves, he uses it because of how the exercise feels to the hamstrings. Sitting alongside the curls machines in Bum's gym is the Cybex abductor and adductor training machine, which is no longer produced. "I also have this sled, which I have used, like, 3 times. But knees over toes guy. So it's good for your knees. So if my knees ever get FD up, I have it on deck." Chris Bumstead has a regular seated calf raises machine in the gym which he loves to use. In addition to this, he possesses a Gymleco tibia raises machine, which he has been using for overall calf development. Dumbbells. Bumstead has a strategically placed dumbbell stand right next to the gym door. The Canadian bodybuilder has kept dumbbells with 5-pound increments up to the 50-pound dumbbell. After this, his dumbbells increase by 10 pounds, starting with 60 pounds. "For the time being, I just wanted to use heavier weights and didn't need to cluster more dumbbells that I didn't need. So went up by 10 pounds instead of 5. Cable machines. One of the best components of Bumstead's gym collection is the Nautilus Human Sport Freedom Trainer, which can be used for multiple arm movements along different planes and angles. More specifically, the machine can be used for 9 horizontal and 12 vertical movements. But with all the benefits of this masterpiece, the classic Physique King still needs the 8-stack, which proudly sits near the Nautilus machine. Unfortunately, Bumstead crashed his car. into it when it was new, but, thankfully, it still works. Squat rack. Bumstead squat rack and dips machine set doubles down as the bench press setup when required. The goal of Bumstead's gym design was to make it a functional space. Since he is not big on performing bench presses and only does the exercise once in a blue moon, the squat rack does the trick. Bumstead explained, "I don't have a bench press in here at all, like a regular incline or flat bench press. So if I were to ever do flat, close grip or whatever, I'll just put a bench in here, below the squat rack." Arms machines. Chris Bumstead has not hoarded the arms machines, but the ones that he has aid the gym's functionality. The Atlantis triceps dip press machine is the only one that sits in the gym at the moment. However, he explained, "This machine is really good, it feels really great. But it's a little bit too light. So I have a gym pin that I put in there to make it a little bit heavier and it feels great." Bumstead is eager to get the Atlantis overhead triceps extensions machine that he ordered a while ago. Apart from free weights and a preacher curl setup, Chris Bumstead uses the Gymleco curls machine to train the biceps. While speaking about the tricks to use this machine for maximum benefit, C. Bum said, "If you have long arms, you lose a lot of the tension at the top. So I have to sit up at the top. If I do two hands sitting up higher, it absolutely feels amazing." Rowing machines. Outside of the hammer strength plate-loaded machine, Chris Bumstead finds the plate-loaded T-bar rows machine as a value addition to his collection. "I think it's one of the most crucial back pieces. Bent-over rows are great, but sometimes your lower back is just taxed, and if you're trying to isolate your back instead of hips, hip hinge, getting it all out of there. This machine is incredible for it." Bumstead then proudly showcased the Star Trek horizontal rowing machine that was recommended to him by none other than the great Dorian Yates. "I'd never tried this before, but Dorian had sent it to me and yo, check it out. Just try this one and see if you like it," and I loved it. Another Dorian Yates-inspired piece in the Bum Lifting Club is the Nautilus Super Pullover Machine. Irrespective of whether he planned to use it frequently, Bumstead wanted this piece of equipment in the gym when he was designing it just because Yates used it. However, he now uses it quite often and shared his thoughts on it. "It's really cool, these old chain-driven machines I'm a huge fan of. They just look old school and rough and tough and they feel great. They don't make the kind of machines they used to." Bumstead acquainted bodybuilding enthusiasts with his collection of high and low row machines. The Panada High Row Machine, which offers pronated and supinated grips, is one of the machines that Bumstead loves to use in his workouts. It's a high row and it pulls you right into the perfect spot and gets heavy real quick. So I'm a huge fan of this one. Cardio section. Bumstead, who did not wish to clutter the gym with unwanted equipment, has a modest cardio setup. It includes a recumbent bike, treadmill, and a Stairmaster. The cardio section seemed ordinary until C. Bum drew attention to an interesting piece, an inversion table. Bumstead explained, "I got the inversion table so that I can get tall enough for classic Physique Olympia, put an extra inch on my height. Don't actually know if it does anything. I don't use it very often. I used it like 3 or 4 weeks out of Olympia to try and be taller. I figured it was worth the risk." Chest machines. Bumstead's chest machines section includes 3 pieces: an incline press machine, a decline press machine, and flies machine. C. Bum has to be careful with choosing the incline pressing machine, as he explained. "Most incline machines hurt my shoulder because I tore my labrum 4 or 5 times. The Panada plate-loaded machine, offering neutral and pronated grip, as per preference, is one of the machines that suit well with the classic Physique Olympia champion's shoulder condition." Another one, an incline machine prototype built by Pure Muscle, has caught Bumstead's imagination. It comes with a built-in mechanism to convert it into a unilateral or bilateral machine with a push of a lever. This is a blessing in disguise for Bumstead, who admittedly has strength imbalances and prefers lifting unilaterally to make sure that both arms lift the same amount of weight. This feels really good, it's slightly converging. Most machines come out and push straight away from the body, whereas the actual movement of the pecs is to bring the elbow across the body, so this one forces you to do that. Next, the Star Track chest flies machine could find its way into Bumstead's gym only after he started training under Haney Rambod's guidance. Bum started using it when Rambod highlighted that his arms are long. The coach advised to consider eliminating forearm strength from flies to direct the focus on the chest. The Star Track machine enables just that, as the Canadian bodybuilder explained. Essentially, it's taking your whole forearm out of your body and you don't have to think about gripping. To work the muscles from different angles, Bumstead uses two variations of this chest flies machine, with a 10-degree incline and a 45-degree incline. It fulfills the requirement of isolation movement in the 29-year-old's training routine, as he no longer uses the pec deck machine, except for occasional rear delt work. Shoulder machines. Chris Bumstead admitted that his shoulder training has been lagging in recent times. However, the gym houses a wide array of shoulder training equipment. The first one in order was the Prime plate-loaded overhead press machine. I like the Prime plate-loaded machines a lot. This one's really good. It's a little bit of a wider grip that pushes it up instead of forward and close. So you're not strong in this position, but it isolates your delts a little bit more. Another overhead press machine, an Arsenal strength plate-loaded machine, has a completely different movement pattern which is more compact and angled in. It sits right next to the Prime piece, and Bumstead feels that it is more safer for the shoulders. Arsenal machine engages a little bit more triceps and I can get a bit stronger like that. But Prime and Arsenal are two completely different presses. I try not to have copycat equipment having the same things in here. Lower body compound exercise machines. The Cybex Smith machine is the center of Chris Bumstead's leg equipment. Bumstead explained that the machine offers a smooth movement pattern along the vertical axis, unlike some other pieces that move at awkward angles. However, its only drawback, as Bumstead highlighted, is that the bar does